Last week, we explored the wriggly world of caterpillars. Now, just as they work toward for their entire larval stage, we're entering the next phase of metamorphosis. Caterpillars are not the only ones to undergo metamorphosis. Ladybugs, frogs, even some species of fish do the same, but caterpillars are perhaps the most striking example. We mentioned that they're really just butterfly or moth larvae, and here's where that gets important. When they pupate, moth larvae will spin themselves up into a cocoon of silk for their transformation, often found buried under soil or leaf litter. Eventual butterflies will come from a chrysalis, typically hanging off of a leaf. Those are made of harder exoskeleton material called chitin, though they are still suspended using a bit of silk as well. Here's where it gets really gross. A chrysalis allows the caterpillar to digest itself, as enzymes liquefy the vast majority of its body, but not all of it. Backing up a bit to the egg stage, the caterpillar grows imaginal discs for each of the key body parts it will need as an adult. Eyes, wings, legs, antennae, the whole works. Most of those lay dormant thanks to the juvenile hormone. Others grow with the caterpillar. But you can't tell this little guy's already developing tiny wings. Those built-in building blocks survive the digestive process. By comparison, a moth has those same discs, yet the more fragile silk cocoon does not allow them to digest and hold the liquid in. Back to butterflies, the caterpillar soup you end up with. By the way, worst lunch special ever. Do not recommend. That has a bunch of protein, and the imaginal disc taps into that protein to really get things going. Some of them increase their cells 1,000-fold before the butterfly bursts onto the scene in all its splendor. Now, for some species, metamorphosis takes a mere few weeks. For others, it can take several months before they emerge. But when they do, they become the beautiful though delicate flyers we're all familiar with. We'll finally highlight the amazing world of butterflies next week. For this week's Moment of Science, I'm Dan Smith.